Yeah, nah, let's just.
Who wants to be a Melvinaire? It's a manhood movement, constant elevation. Every day we improving. 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. I think you should tune in. It's more than a podcast. It's a family reunion. Melvinaires. My nigga Mel up in here. You know Rome, he the plug.
There we go. Yo. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Almighty Melvinaire Podcast, man. We back in the building one time for your mind. No doubt I'm your host, Rome the Plug. Live and direct from the dojo, man. Shout out to Baltimore City, bro. Big shout out to Baltimore City, man. Yo, welcome to the Melvinaire Podcast, man. Tonight is the Black Trump, man, forward ally, man. And, yo, it was planned one way. It didn't go out that way. But, yo, we still here for the conversation. We got special guests. First time appearing on the Melvinaire Podcast, man. Brother, son, live and direct. Peace and love, man. Yeah. Peace and love, man. And the bro, of course, always here, man. Mr. Reliable Billy Ray Valentine, live and direct. Got his camera off, man, but he's still here.
Yo, Billy Ray Valentine, Brickyard, Philadelphia. Peace to the family.
Already, man. Shout out to the Self-Care Snob, man. She has something going on, you know what I'm saying, next episode. But, yo, shout out Dr. Inky. Shout out Mr. Jones X. Shout out everybody that's supposed to be on here. Yo, shout out Open Mind. Yo, bro, it was just a time thing tonight, man. So, yo, this is just volume 1. I'm gonna just make this a series. We gonna have to keep this going because this ain't going nowhere no time soon.
It's an election year, so
it's an election year, bro. So like, yeah, we'll run it back. But yeah, so my first question. So the black Trump, man. I know people gonna see the thumbnail and be like, man, yo, what the hell? I'm pretty sure it's white dudes going ham all over whoever seen the thumbnail, right? And shout out to AI. You know what I'm saying? Shout out AI, bro. I just happen to see that on the internet, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, the Black Trump, man, forward ally. So just because we on a time restraint, I'm just gonna get right into it. My first question that I would pose to y'all is, okay, average black guy, average black man, you already endured a Donald Trump term. We now in the Biden era. Biden is 80 years old. Biden old as hell. Trump old as hell. You know what I mean? I feel like we should, if we relying on two old ass white dudes who could go at any day. You know what I mean? No matter which side you're going. You know what I mean? But but I'm just the Black Trump. There has been an influx of our people leaving the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? And for rightful reasons, to each his own. You know what I mean? I'm not here to judge. I have a lot of things that I disagree with that's transpired, that is going on right now as far as the Democratic Party. I'm independent. So I'm gonna go to what I feel like, you know, meets my needs, you know, that's close enough for me to vote for. I haven't voted in like the last 3 elections. You know what I mean? Just to keep it real, because I haven't been satisfied with any of them. So being all the way frank, but I just want to hear different voices from different brothers, man, because in my lifetime I haven't really remember the president that really affected my life. You know what I mean? And I think for all of us, that's something that us as a people, like, we get caught up in the media perpetuation, and that's easy to get caught up into, especially with social media. But you got to kind of sit back and look at this whole, you know what I mean, with a clear head to be like, yo, like, what are we really upset for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we getting? And the immigration influx, like the 3 million illegal immigrants has entered the country since Biden's taken office. And yeah, bro, it's just a lot going on. So
I might vote for Trump just off of that.
Yo, bro, 3 million. 3 million, bro. And they getting benefit. Yo, Not only is it 3 million, right? But then they're coming in, yo, they getting housing, they're getting the American dream. They're walking into the country and getting the American dream. But everything that was promised to the citizens, our ancestors, everybody who laid the foundation for this country, essentially.
They living better than our people that's on welfare.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least they provide them with homes. They provide them with somewhere to stay. They ain't gotta come up with nothing. They don't gotta come up with no ID. They ain't got no credit problems, no credit issues, whatever their credit problem was.
I wish we could have had Tyrone Muhammad on. I seen a sister from Chicago today say they shut down 5 schools, right? That they said they didn't have the money for, but then had the money to open those 5 schools to place immigrants in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything that they shut down in the black neighborhoods, they had the money to reopen this and have money for these illegal immigrants, bro.
Yeah. My thing about it is whether or not illegals get it, the white man get it or whatever. I know one thing is for sure, we not gonna get it. It's hard for me to get upset about when we don't get something that we wasn't going to get in the first place. That's my whole thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, so when you look at the welfare situation, like I get sick of the propaganda making welfare seem like it's a black thing. We the face of it, sure. They got to make us look like we the face of it, but welfare wouldn't exist if it wasn't benefiting white people.
Absolutely.
That's why when they start talking about welfare reform, or when they start talking about killing welfare and all that, the Republicans always talking about killing welfare because that's a big selling point when they running for office or whatever. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen because their people are going to be the ones bitching about it because it's more of them on it.
It
was designed for them.
It's more of them receiving it.
Yeah, remember when welfare was developed, it was called relief. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it welfare, but it was relief, and it wasn't for us.
Right.
When with the new deal with Roosevelt, then they had to start cutting the pie a little bit more, and then during the Reagan era, they made it look like we was they came out with the whole welfare queen thing, and all of a sudden, black people became the face of welfare. But when you look at the disparity in wealth, sure there are a lot of poor black people because there are less of us, and a greater percentage of us don't have any money. There are a lot of white people, way more white people that are poor than black people, but it doesn't affect their overall percentage because there are way more people than there are of us, and less of them are living below the poverty line. But when you go out into those rural areas where there are nothing but white people, you see nothing but white people struggling too.
Right.
So like I just think it's funny, like around the time of presidential elections and stuff like that, the Democrats use the whole welfare thing, like, we got to protect your welfare, so y'all black people better come out and vote, and we fall for it every time. And the same way with the Republicans, where do they go to? They normally go to guns. They go to guns because like they figure if they take away the guns, then you won't have any way to protect yourselves against these wild black people out here with the guns, that are out here trying to hurt you. Oh, now it's immigrants too. You know what I'm saying? But it's the whole gun argument. So both of them use their go-to selling points in order to get people to come out and elect them. But and Republicans also use guns. They used to use abortion until they kind of got what
they changed that. Yeah.
You know what?
Immigration.
They definitely use immigration. But my thing about immigration is, who were the original immigrants in their eyes? We now, if you know anything about your history, you know that we are the natives of the United States. But let's look at it. Yeah.
The European. I mean, we all know the European is the original immigrant.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if we go by the history that they want us to buy because they selling it, then we were we came from Africa on slave ships. The whole transatlantic slave trade thing, the Middle Passage and all of that kind of stuff. And which when you really think about how that happened, it couldn't have happened the way that they say that it happened because it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you talking about non-motorized boats that came from all the way from Africa all the way to the shores of the United States or the Caribbean. It took almost 2 months in order for that to happen. And you telling us that we survived being in the belly of the slave ships, neck to neck in our urine and feces and all that kind of stuff, malnourished. Come on, man. Who even the pirates wouldn't have took that trip. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have electricity, so how did they store food? How did they eat? So there's a lot of questions that they never answered about that, including where the slave ships. You can tell us where the Mayflower is and ships like that, but you don't have one slave ship left that you can point to. You can talk about Amistad and all that. You don't even have that. You know what I mean? Where
Right.
are the slave ships? So,
All right.
so
So
with,
hold on.
with
So
all this,
not to cut your bill. I'm gonna give
Mhm.
Ronell input.
As far as like Trump, I look at it like Trump. I'm not voting. I'm not voting. I'm not voting for either one because what am I voting for? As a people, we have to understand that we have to get something for our vote. We can't keep continuing to do the same thing over and over. We've been voting for Democrats religiously for decades. We are still in the same position that we have always been in. There really hasn't been no progression at all. So I don't really understand what are we voting for. I don't really understand the affinity of voting Democrat or just voting period if you're not going to get anything. Um, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I think a lot of our people are just so used to, they're so ingrained, they're so used to just voting and just accepting our condition that we're not going to get nothing and we're not going to get anything. We're not going to get anything for our vote. That they just continue to vote. But I think we like me and O was talking about it yesterday. We have to really start. Other people don't rely on the vote. Other people rely on lobbyists. Other people rely on being on code behind the scenes. They putting their money, they pooling their money together, and they approaching politicians before they vote
Right.
and coming with an agenda, and then they getting the politicians to carry out the agenda. That's how politics works. Realistically,
Yeah.
politics don't work by wishing they're gonna change things just by continuing doing the same thing and wishing they're gonna get the kindness of their heart and do something right.
Yo, like
Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
like the Asian community. The Asian community don't like typically vote for real. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at it, like how they got things set up, is because they got the business. They got businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And not only they have businesses, but they recycle their money with one another. You know what I'm saying? So even
Hmm.
regardless if they're not voting, they can go out and pull up on the congressman, pull up on the senators. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
have something to be able to donate to or be able to something to drop off to a campaign foundation or you know what I mean, fundraisers and whatnot. But like, yo, bro, like we're the only sect that there's no protection for us, bro. Like our own ain't gonna protect us. You know what I mean? Like right now, like the same ones that look like us will be persecuted like us if they wasn't who they was.
Give you an
Like, yo,
example.
Well,
Let me give an example of that real
okay,
quick. Fannie Willis.
okay.
Fannie Willis.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
the Democrats put her in place to go after Donald Trump. But right, she's the DA of Atlanta, the lead DA of Atlanta, and right before she got into office, the murder of Rashard Brooks happened, and she bungled the case and let the race soldier off for killing him.
hmm
Then she turned around and put up charges against Young Thug. So that's an example
right,
right there. people have an affinity for black people in politics just because they black when they never showed any kind of loyalty to us at all. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Well,
I think. Okay. All right. That's Cass right there. Okay, so Cass did make it. Yeah. We got the Self-Care Snob live and direct. What's going on?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Hey.
The black Trump. Forward ally, Cass.
I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. So I have to give like an official yes or no? Like, can I give?
Nah, like, all right, okay,
all
right. So let me, all right, let's, all right, let's just rewind. So like, all right, if Trump was black, let's do this. So since everybody's here now, everybody's here. If Trump was black, let's just say everything that transpired. Donald Trump's Donald Trump. He's black Donald Trump. Right? Do you feel like the majority of Americans would feel the way they do about Donald Trump?
Do you think they would have stormed Capitol on his behalf? Probably not. I don't think that would have happened.
He wouldn't even. But they would treat him like they treat Obama. Treat Obama because it's about color. It ain't about.
I mean, black or not, no president.
Way worse than Obama, though.
Man,
but okay, but like
they got rid of him, man. They got rid of him.
So at the end of the day, no president is for or against anyone specifically. They have their own interests. Right. They all prove that. So like, when we say friend or foe, like, I mean, I don't think it would make a difference if he was black. Obama is black for all intents and purposes.
I say that in saying, like, all right, for instance, Central Park 5. Trump put out an ad in the New York Times, in like the New York Post. You know what I'm saying? Like saying they're all guilty. You're like, yo, this guy, he's got a history. His businesses, like, you know how many times he's been sued for racial discrimination? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like his track record.
But would he be pro-black or would he be pro-white still? The black Trump.
Yo, but we can't even assume that. Obama wasn't pro-black.
We won't be able to assume that.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Wait. Why do you say that Obama wasn't pro-black?
He wasn't.
I didn't see Obama as a pro-black person. I personally don't know of any above and beyond actions that Obama did for the black communities to progress themselves.
Obama was pro LGBTQ.
Pro cops.
Okay.
Pro cops.
All right.
Yeah, pro cops.
All right. The reason I asked why people say that Obama wasn't pro-black is because we held him to a higher standard as being the first black president. You know, for all intents and purposes, the first black president, right? But the thing is, most people, especially our people, don't even know how politics work. You know, politics is about money. It's not about people.
Right.
But I know. But wait a minute. For me to qualify or disqualify Obama as being pro-black, and for me to disqualify him as being pro-black, I would have to disqualify a lot of pro-black people that I know who don't do anything for their communities either. So does being pro-black mean, is it an action or is it a feeling? Is it mental or is it physical? Because I know a bunch of people who are pro-black, maybe one of us four. But the thing is, we may not be out there picketing. We may not be out there, giving things or setting up programs and things like that. It doesn't mean that we're not pro-black. So I need to know, do we consider pro-black to be a mental thing or do we consider it to be a physical thing? Like, do you have to do something to be pro-black?
Both. I would call it both aligning. I would say both of those things have to align.
Yes,
I just want to touch on what he mentioned. Exactly. But I want to touch on what you said about you can't qualify or disqualify any other leadership party because they all have their own interests. So that's why I said whether or not Trump was black, he's a president. He has his own interests. The people that he
But
works for, they all have their own interests.
but you don't. How? Okay. If we say that no president is has an interest in any people, how can we say that when all of them, except for one, has been white, and white people have definitely benefited from the policies of each administration, bar none.
Did what was your question? What's your actual question?
Okay,
I
my
follow what he's
question
saying.
is
I follow what he's saying.
okay. We're saying that no president has an interest in any particular person or any particular people. How can we say that when every president, all 47 of them, have been white, and white people have benefited directly from their policies, and even the Constitution? So just because you're not on camera or behind a microphone saying this is for white people and I'm for white people, does it mean that you're not for white people and doing things? I mean, that's why I
I
asked the
think
question
I
about.
think there's a bit of a default behind that though. I think when it comes to presidencies in the US, there's a default. Those people are by default for white people. That's how the country was built. So I
Absolutely,
don't
bro.
know if it's a matter of just because they're not saying it doesn't mean, I mean, by default, they are. That's specifically why they have that channel of leadership.
I
Well,
think let me jump in real quick as far as what we
sure.
expect from our political black politicians.
Hmm.
Okay, we under a system of white supremacy. I think we all can agree to that. The system is
Hmm.
already set up for the benefits. It's actually a welfare system for white people. If you really think about it, because it's a system that they constructed off of our labor, and they got unearned benefits that they hold on to this day. That built this country. So we are already under the thumb of the government, or of white supremacy as it is. So as a black politician, the least you can do is speak up for black people. At least you could say the words black out of your mouth. At least you could try to put in some type of bills, some type of any kind of thing, any type of bills, any type of programs in place specifically for black people. There's a lot of politicians from other races that do things specifically for their people. Black people, our black politicians are afraid to even use the word black. So it's not even about getting Obama's going to do everything for us because he's black. It's about you just speaking out, even making an attempt. We would at least appreciate that. Every time it's something that need to be exclusively for black people. It's always black and brown, minority. You know what I'm saying? They always do that to undermine us. They don't do that to no other groups. So what we need from our politicians, the least is what we need is for them to at least speak out for black people specifically. That's it.
We
Not
need.
immigrants, not black immigrants. At least speak up. That's a start. Because we understand that we have to, if we really want to make progress, we really have to start building our own politicians. And like we talked about earlier, we have to start really using the lobbyist game and all that stuff, like putting our resources together and actually funding politicians to do our bidding.
All
It's
right.
the only way.
With that being said, all right. So with that being said, going on to like the immigration influx, um, is it safe to say, is it safe to say that we should feel like we should be worried about being replaced?
I don't
But
think
the
We
so.
can't.
black vote being let me clarify that the black vote being replaced. Because like for instance, if we go over like if they like all right yo, they ain't rocking with Biden no more, man. You know what I'm saying? They on the Trump wave, and and my take on the Trump wave is it's just kind of like the agent of chaos theory. You know what I'm saying? Because of how neglectful the Democratic Party has been. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I could kind of understand. Like I talk to people and I could kind of understand them like wanting to stick it to the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. So when I
They've been.
hear people talk about Trump, go ahead,
Oh,
bro.
go ahead, I'm sorry,
The,
bro. I'm just,
No, no,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying
go
they
ahead.
just been out of pocket. They've been out of pocket and disrespectful. So I
Yeah,
don't know. I
nah,
don't really
no
care.
question.
If people
Yo,
feel like they want to vote for the Republicans, I don't care. I'm not doing it, but I'm not gonna say not to do
man,
it.
I ain't
Wait.
gonna
Let me
be
let me
yo.
let me let me let me ask y'all a question. Okay, what has you say that the Democratic Party has been disrespectful, out of pocket
No
disrespectful?
question.
What have
No
they
question.
done? What Okay, I just need some examples of what have they done to black people that
Let me
has been
start.
out of pocket and
Oh,
disrespectful? Okay,
the
They
first week in office. The first week. Let me get this real quick. First week of
okay,
office.
all right. Mm-hmm.
Biden held a meeting with black so-called black leaders or whatever, and he told us that if we want anything get done, we had to rub shoulders with the Asians. He said that, I mean, the
Okay,
Asians and the Latino. He said the Latinos.
okay,
Why should we have to go to anybody else? If we put him in the office, the black vote put Biden in the office. If we put him in office, why should we have to start grouping up with Latinos or whoever else in order to get something done for us, for black people? That was disrespectful. Oh, another second
okay.
thing. You're not black. If you don't vote for Biden, you're not black. That's disrespectful. Come on now, like how much things? How many more
Okay.
things we need to
Okay. Now, listen, I don't advocate for any politician. Obama was the only politician I ever advocated for because I'm pro-black. I'd rather have a black man in office no matter what. You know what I mean? Just like with Republicans, they would rather have a Republican in office no matter what, no matter who he is. That's how they got Trump. But my thing is this: because I understand that politics is all about money. When I hear Biden, I'm not a Biden fan. You know what I mean? It kind of gets on my nerves that every time we have to talk about Trump, we have to talk about Biden for some reason. I don't really understand that. You know what I mean? Because I know with Trump supporters, they don't always bring up Biden when Trump is winning. It's like a non-factor. But for some reason, every time Trump comes up, Biden has to come up. But my thing is, okay, so if we consider the Democratic Party to have done something to black people and we totally ignore all the things that they have done for black people, then I have to go back and ask, okay, now what is the Republican strategy to do something for black people? Because I've never heard any Republicans talk about developing any programs that benefit black people at all. I've never heard them even use the word black. They never use the word racism. They try to deny the effects of slavery and how that rolls over from generation to generation to generation in cycles. So and our people before the Jim Crow era, our people voted Republican.
right.
That's how we used to vote. So if we used to all vote Republican, look at what we were getting then. We were getting straight up segregation. Now, I don't mind segregation as far as I don't mind being around my people. I like that. But when you tell me that I can't go to school here, I can't get an education here, I can't get money over here, I can't raise my family over here, and I can't even be safe over here, and I'm supposed to just forget about that when I go into the Democratic Party, and now I've gotten a lot of things that I never thought I would get, and I've gotten a little fat, and I want more and more and more because now I've understand that I have rights when before I didn't even understand that I had rights, or even if I had rights, they were undermined so much that it didn't even matter. And during this Jim Crow era, which was the Republican era, those were the times when white politicians would actually talk about being pro-white, when they would all actually talk about everything is going to be all white and we're going to protect white power and all of that. They legally did that on camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So nowadays, it's not politically correct to do that, but it's not politically correct to do that on whether you're black or white, whether you're Democrat or Republican, because we have a more democratic society, or you could say a more liberal society, where people know a little bit more than they knew before. So
Let
so I don't mean to take up so much time, but I'm thinking, like, you kind of have to remember where you come from when we start talking about some of these things, when we start talking
Mm-hmm.
about going back to the Republican Party, because they've never given us anything. Even if you go all the way back to Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves, he didn't do it because he liked them. He did them. He did it because there wasn't any other way that he was going to be able to win the war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you see how we got jerked right after that. Where's the 40 acres and the mule? So I'm not going to go back to an enemy that I've conveniently forgotten is an enemy, like he's going to change or whatever. You know what I mean? Or like he has changed, because they have done nothing. They don't even draw up policies. Like, where's the policy? They'll tell you about everything.
Hold on. Let me add one thing. Let me add one thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans don't reach out to us because we're not their voting base. They don't gotta say anything about black. They don't gotta say anything specifically for black people because we're not their core base. So so we holding them to a different. We can't hold them to the standards of. We can't hold Trump or the Republicans to the standards of Joe Biden, because Joe Biden is begging us for the damn vote. So he begging us for the vote. We got to hold him accountable. The Republicans don't need our vote.
But we can't excuse Republicans for ignoring us because we're not their base. And as you can see, they're so quick to put some of us right in front of the camera to show that they do have us as a voting base, and especially Trump.
Speaking on that. A Republican Party, a Republican Party, a PSA. Hey, y'all might want to get somebody. Like all politicians, y'all might want to get interns to recruit whoever y'all get to come speak for y'all, bro. Like, they find like the worst, just the worst black guy, or the worst Latino, like to represent them, bro. Like,
that's on purpose too.
It's on purpose. And that's another angle of disrespect. I mean, that's just how they view some of us. But I say that to say, right, like, we taking control of the vote and understanding the power of our vote is mainly what this is for, right? Because what's up here saying, like, Republicans don't even pander or cater to black people, you know what I mean, to try to get our votes. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the problem. So if one end says, yo, what's the point of going back to the Republicans, and the other end is saying, yo, I'm not rolling with the Democrats, like, what's the solution? Do we not vote? Are we going to unite and say and boycott politics? Like, what do we do? Because at the end of the day, our conditions are going to worsen. You got to think about the public school system. You got children. You got to think about what's being taught to your children. That's policy. Mm-hmm. So some of these, like, that's just the thing, right? Like, the policies, some of the policies are just immoral to me. You know what I mean? Some of those policies are just completely immoral. Or, like, we see Eric Garner get choked out on camera in front of his son by an NYPD officer.
Right.
NYPD officer. He gets choked out on camera during Obama's era. Like, all of this is like, you gotta understand who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Understanding who we dealing with, understanding who we know, what we dealing with. Like, yeah, if a white guy had got choked out like that by a black NYPD officer, bro, they wouldn't be able to find him. And that's the issue right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. If that happened to, and I mean, just keeping it frank, if that happened to a white guy during while Trump was president, I'm almost pretty sure they would try to come up with something to protect white guys. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? If they could, if
can they come up with anything more? Couldn't they come up with anything more to protect themselves?
I'm backtracking, but when we go back to Obama not being pro-black, that's a factor for me. You know what I'm saying? That's something like that would be a factor for me. Cause see, I know dudes that's black that ain't black. They don't think black. You know what I mean? They black without choice, but mentally they ain't black. You know what I mean? And they don't operate like they black. Mm-hmm. So like when we go back to that, the being pro-black is an action and a thought, but it's unison.
I don't know. For me, it's being pro-black comes from the heart. It has to come from the heart and the mind. Because if it comes from the heart and the mind, you're going to get that action. You know what I mean? Because your decisions are going to be based on what your heart and your mind is saying. If you're pro-black for real, because the time is going to come when you're going to have to make that choice. So,
Right.
but you know, when I think about the Obama administration, and even though it's going to sound like I'm making excuses for him, I don't make excuses, but I look for examples. I like examples, and I look for reasons. I look at the Obama administration like I would look at like a football game. You know, like the closer you get to the field in a football game, the less of the play that you see. You see more when you're far away from it. That's why when we're
Right.
on TV, we ask, well, how come they ran that play? Why didn't they send the running back to the right instead of the left? Why didn't they
Yeah.
drive to the right? You know, why didn't they run up the middle? It's easy for us to see that because we have a view that's all the way from we can see all 22 players on the field. Whereas when you're right there on the sidelines, you don't see it that way. It's moving so fast because it's so close up to you. So when I think about the Obama administration, I can take examples like, during his administration, that's when we came out with these live streams. That's when we came out with Facebook Live. That's when we came out with the what's the one that used to be on Twitter, Periscope. That's when we came out with all these live
Yeah.
streams, and you know how social media is. We went crazy with it. You know, when they
Yeah.
put the cameras on the phones, now we're seeing all kinds of stuff that we never would have saw before. Like we didn't see the Rodney King beating the way that it happened, because nobody had a way to get all close up on it like we would be able to do now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you don't have people taping from beginning to end. So we're getting more information, but we're also getting edited information to whereas we're reduced to sound bites and small video clips, and we're making large assumptions about that because we're taking small examples, but filling in the information based on what we think actually happened, but we're not seeing it and we're not hearing it. So that's how propaganda works. So I know Obama can't be there to protect every black person, and we shouldn't be looking for him to do that. And now I understand that he should have been more active with policies that benefited black people. But the thing is, I also understand that him being the first black president is almost like a dub. It's almost like one bad. It's like when we used to play wall ball back in the day, and somebody serves you, you miss the serve. All right, you get one bad because he wasn't going to be able to do what needed to be done, and we ever have another black person that will follow him. So we almost have to throw him away. But I can't say that he wasn't pro-black because I heard certain things about this man, and
Hold on. Hold on. Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
When you coming up and you having speaking engagements and you singing Al Green, are you pandering to everybody or are you pandering to white people? You're not pandering, you know what I'm saying? Like you're pandering to a specific crowd. When you come up there and you doing a little two-step and you singing Al Green, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
So
you're
like
doing
Bill
this,
Clinton did when he played. When Bill
Yeah, but
Clinton
Bill
did the
Clinton
same
don't got no
thing with
loyalty to us.
black.
Bill Clinton not loyal to the. He ain't got
Yeah.
no loyalty to us.
People were
Yeah.
calling black. Wait a minute, people were
Come
calling
on,
Bill
come on,
Clinton the
man.
first black president.
Yeah, they were
Were
silly.
they
They
not?
was being silly.
Yeah,
that was silly.
some coon shit.
That was
Some
silly.
coon shit.
That was silly,
Yeah.
though.
Exactly. It was some coon. You're right. It was some coon shit. But you see how many people became coons behind that? We buy all of this media stuff and this hype. We do. So people
Nah,
like us who can see through all of the madness and all of the craziness, we have a bigger job to see the bigger picture because the rest of us we can't look man, you know what I mean? We pander to anything that's singing and dancing. That's the way it's set up. You know what I
that's
Okay,
mean?
all
how
right.
Obama
But
and Obama
Yeah.
fed right into it. So you got to hold
Yeah,
Obama.
I don't want to
Obama
get
more
stuck.
accountable.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want to get
especially
stuck on.
Obama,
I don't want to
right.
get. I don't want to get stuck on. I don't want to get stuck on Obama.
I don't blame
So
you.
like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to get
Okay.
stuck. I don't want to get. I don't want to
Back
get
to
stuck on
Trump.
Obama. Like we talking about Trump. So, all right. So, all right.
Let's talk about Trump.
Rapid fire, yes or no questions. So, let's do this. If Trump was black, if Trump gets convicted in court and wins the election, would this be an asterisk? This we all know this would never happen if he was black. We all know he would never be able to run for president with the amount of legal cases that he has as a black man. But that's the power of whiteness. You know what I'm saying?
The man been convicted of rape already.
He wasn't convicted.
You know what I mean? He was in civil court. Accused? No, he lost the case. He lost. Got a judgment, $93 million. We got
open mind. We got open mind on the panel too. Yo, peace of the God.
Oh, everybody jumping in there, huh?
Yeah. What's good, brother?
What up? Peace, everybody. Peace. I know I'm new, kind of fairly new to the show. How y'all doing?
What's up, bro?
One love.
The Black Trump. So like, yo, friend, forward ally. I already know where you at with it, but like, yo, I just want to hear like, yo, we getting into it. We getting into the Trump stuff right now. Yo, I feel like on one hand, I could never relate to Donald Trump. Been a privileged white guy all your life, blew millions, blew billions probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the part that I don't get. Well, on people who, like, it's one thing to like the guy. Yo, he's an entertainer. So like he's designed to make you like him. Mm-hmm. That's what they like. Mm-hmm. He's entertaining, right? But a privileged white guy who's done nothing but, you know what I mean, blew money his whole life. You know what I mean? Kind of, I don't want to say like wiggerish, like wiggerish with money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, like, is that
with money? With money, yeah.
With money, like, yo, and I think that's the part. I think that's the part for some of our people that resonates with them when it's like, yo, I fuck with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yo, this nigga he blew 14 million. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that comes with the propaganda because, like,
yeah, that's true. That's true too.
It's just people in positions like what Trump has been in have never not been like that, but they've never been in front of our faces.
Yeah, that's true. Yo,
can I ask a hard question?
Bro.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, bro.
Man. I got a hard question.
Go ahead.
If Trump was black, do you think he would have got support for wanting to build the wall?
Nah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Man, okay. If Trump was black, he wouldn't have lasted this long with these legal proceedings.
But hold on, why wouldn't he have gotten support for building the wall if he?
That's what I'm wondering. I don't see why if that was a mutual interest of. If that was a mutual interest, I don't see why he wouldn't have.
I got a question to counter that question.
Let me answer first. Let me answer first real quick.
Hold on. Let Ron go.
I was gonna say, Trump. The white supremacists oppressing black people is number one on the agenda. So if Trump was black, they wouldn't support. They wouldn't be. The country would not support him because oppressing black people is the number one agenda for the country. Period. All groups come together to oppress us.
I don't disagree to that, but the wall serves a greater purpose than just what a black man would want at that point.
Yo,
I mean, so I don't really know if I can say that they wouldn't support it. I don't think that I could say that.
No, I'm gonna tell you why they wouldn't support it. They wouldn't support it because it'd be a black man accomplishing something that white men never did.
Exactly.
They would have never. They did it the exact same way they did Obama. You know what I'm saying? They would
have
have struck down. They would have struck down everything he did that was good. Go ahead, bro.
I want to ask a surgical question in reference to that hypothetical: a black man, you know, Trump being a president and wanting to build a wall. How does that help the black race building a wall against Mexico? What does that do for us? That a black man as president would just something like that. We're gonna keep the Mexicans out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's why I said I wanted to ask a surgical question, because in that it's all hypothetical anyway. So let's go back to this hypothetical. we have a hypothetical black Trump who wants to build a wall to keep Mexicans out. How does that help black people? That's the
I got
question.
an answer for that. I got an answer for that. It keeps the same way how if they would have kept these immigrants that's happening in real life out, if they was going to allocate that money to black people, that's money right there that they given to the immigrants that they could have given to that they could have gave to us. They're bringing on extra burden by keeping the borders open and accepting all these people, and that's just another. They using those people as an excuse not to give us what we work for.
But you don't think the border is a distraction in itself? Like anybody can get into America. You don't have to go through Mexico to get into America.
Yeah, I mean, the border thing was like we speaking hypothetically. The border thing is just a thing that was that the Trump used to galvanize his base.
But my question, and my question too, is wouldn't the billions of dollars used to build the wall, could that not have gone to black people?
Absolutely.
Right. That's what I'm kind of
No, it can't. It wasn't going to. It wasn't.
What she said though is what I was.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm just saying what he's saying is in building the wall that serves black people because it keeps out the immigration, it keeps out the immigrants that would have taken resources from black people. But then so does building the wall.
Yo, but the resources aren't being used on black people. That's being given to the immigrants. Those hypothetical resources still wouldn't have been given.
I mean, but listen. If we're gonna talk about resources not being given to black people because they're given elsewhere, which is that wealth transfer. There's a lot of different avenues of expenditures and subsidies that go to rich people. Let's stop talking about Mexicans for a second. Let's talk about the rich people who don't need the money, who's getting a lot, and their chunk of the money that they getting is a bigger chunk than the immigrant money. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that's just one of many that many avenues of allocated funds that could have been allocated to us as a group.
Absolutely.
So it's like that's just one small, and it's so small and minute. Like immigration is not like it's not a small deal, but it's not as big as other situations of lump sums of money that rich entitled people born into the money, they get the subsidy and you the taxpayer paying it. That money could have came to HBCUs, it could have came to black single like any situation. You could think of anything black impoverished and put it on that list that money could have went to that's going to somebody rich. Passing the mic.
Yo, I am going to make this. This is a series. This is volume 1.
Hey, yo, thank you for having me on. You reached out to me for a reason.
We gotta get you back on here earlier. We gotta get you on the beginning.
Yo, Rome knew what he was doing. He reached out to the right person. It was last minute, but I appreciate you, man.
The Black Trump Volume 1. I'm about to check as soon as we get off this volume.
It's good money. It's good money.
Yo.
It's good money.
Trump was black. Listen. Any of y'all like this? Listen. I'm gonna make this a clip right now. Any of y'all like this, yo? I see Black Trump anywhere, bro. If I can, I'm coming at y'all, bro. I promise you. Look, we coined this first. Y'all better pay homage, yo. I promise you. Y'all better pay homage. We coined Black Trump, bro. Yeah, but yo, we did start late. Yo, big shout out to the team, yo. Hey TJ, what we looking like? Yeah, but yo, this is dope, man. I like the conversation. I'm gonna reach out to my guy Blu-ray, man. Blu-ray was pro-Trump. I had a couple pro-Trump guys that were supposed to be coming on.
Oh, that'd have been fire.
That would have been fire. That wasn't able to make it tonight, but yo, we'll run it back in the next couple of weeks, man, and set it back up. But
it's an election year. It's an election year.
It's an election year, man. Like yo, this ain't going nowhere.
It's about to get ugly though.
So yeah,
because listen, I'm not pro Biden or Trump, honestly. Like I'm really not pro either one of them dudes.
Me neither.
Like real talk. Like I can't. I lean more towards Biden, but I really don't want neither one of them dudes. I don't want them.
Yeah,
I feel you on that.
All right, last question. What do we do with the lesser of two evils? Like, can we get that shit to get out the way? Because like, yo, my thing is right. Like, evil is evil. Like, I don't want to deal with either one. So if I gotta make a choice to like, and it comes to this choice, and I got a choice to pick either one, I choose not to vote.
Let me answer that. Let's change the cliche lesser of the two evils, and let's just change our lingo. It's 2024. We're going forward. Let's change our perspective slightly, and let's look at this shit like a job interview, right? Okay, somebody coming to apply for a job, and you the motherfucker gonna hire them, right? Now you may hear some hearsay, maybe you even got some documentation on both of these people that's about to get this job, and you got one spot to fill, and you got to fill it because you yourself got your own deadlines as a CEO. You got to fill this spot. Both of these two candidates is shaky. Both of these two people, you done interviewed them both. They both shaky in your eyes. Right. That's a lesser of the two evil situation if your perspective is that. But as a position trying to fill a spot.
Oh, we lost you.
Did we lose him?
He's break.
Yeah, so I'm gonna repeat that because I saw it skipped out on me. What you're gonna do is you're gonna hire the person that's most qualified for the position. You're gonna put your emotions aside because this is business. So we should look at this election situation in every election, whether it's local or national, as a business situation. These people are affecting your daily lives.
That's
right.
Facts,
let's take our emotions out of it. Let's take our militant black power fists out of it. Let's look at it as a person being hired for a position, and you are in charge of hiring said person who's going forward, their actions and decisions are gonna make or break your business. So you look at the candidate like that, and you put us, and unless they're convicted of a crime that prevents them from taking office, you gotta kind of like be aware of it. Be aware of the fact that they did some stuff shady in their past, but somehow still got elected. So I gotta like kind of put that to the side and hold them accountable in the areas of the things they said they was gonna run on. Ask the right questions to the candidate. Stop asking ghetto ass questions. Ask real hard questions and make them answer you. Don't give me no history lesson as your answer for your question. And I don't want nobody to attack me, but I'm gonna use Cornel West for example. I root for Cornel West, right? But every time somebody asks Cornel West a question, he give you a history lesson. Yep. He don't give you an answer. Wait a minute, Cornel West, you the next black guy running for black president. Hopefully you can win. You probably not. I really want a black dude because he black. And I'm gonna be honest, we telling the Cat Williams truth all through the year. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know nothing about Cornel West policies. I want to vote for the nigga because he black. But every time somebody asks him a question, okay, Cornel West, what are your policies? He gives you a fucking history lesson. You see, America was back in the 1965. Nigga, I need you to tell me what you gonna do if you the president. You see, what America needs to do is America needs to come to Jesus, and America see the Israelites. You see the Palestinians. Cornel, what you gonna do if you are elected president of the United States, not the president of Israel or Palestine, and what the Bible said, and what in Israel and everything about what the Bible said? Listen, sir. So that's kind of like and I want to do that to get animated with y'all, because as a voter, that is my reaction to a person running for. I don't care about what you did. You see what I'm saying? I'm passing the mic, but I just want to give y'all some reality here. So let's change our perspective. Let's stop saying lesser of the two evils, and let's just look at this shit like a job interview and hire the most qualified person to do the job. Passing the mic.
Shout out open mic, man.
Yeah, open mic.
Yo, the ill shit about Cornel West is, bro, the minute Cornel West started getting traction, they magically found out he still owed child support, bro. And
that's why he gives the responses that he gives. Because the minute his actual heart comes out, the minute he turns into somebody who cares about real things, they're gonna bury him.
Yeah. And that
you gotta be right.
I already understand. Hold on, let me address that real quick, because soon as that, I think we letting them off the hook. Why are you running for office if you're really not trying to help the people?
I'm not saying don't maintain the expectation.
I'm just saying I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying we have this. It's an excuse it's an excuse that's been floating around in the air that says that just because we're in a system of oppression and they're not really going to give it to us, that we giving them an excuse for not speaking out for us. At least you can do is speak out for us as a people.
Yeah,
Like
so I'm
there's
saying.
no.
I don't
You know what I'm saying?
disagree.
At least.
I don't disagree. But how many people are really willing to risk their lives for that?
Well, they don't need to be in public office because
they don't need to be in public office then.
Good talk.
Yo.
Obama. Listen, we got to say about Obama, but that man put his life on the line for 8 years. He could have got assassinated any day.
No question.
If he has stepped out of line or said the wrong thing, for sure.
Yeah,
that's part of his job.
So you gotta have at least that much. You gotta be willing to put your life on the line if you even gonna run for it.
Right, I mean, I put my life on the line every day for my job too. Ain't nobody clapping up for me like my kids.
Look, even Dick Gregory said, if you ain't ready to die, Dick Gregory said it. If you ain't ready to die, what you doing? What you doing?
True, man. True. Yo, I wanna thank everybody for their time. Yo, we do got to cut it short. Yo, we are going to be running this back in probably about 2-3 weeks. You running this back, man. So yeah, I'll reach back out to everybody, man. We'll line it up.
Next time, give me some more time to prepare, fam.
Nah, bro. Yo, listen. It was a whole scheduling thing, man. So, but I appreciate y'all, brothers. I appreciate y'all for showing up, man. Showing out. We're gonna start with the brother son. We're gonna start with the brother son and go down the line. Go ahead, get your social media out, man. Let everybody know they can follow you at, brother.
Yo,
promote your program too that you got.
Oh, without a doubt, man. The Daily Go Getimism show every single day. Every single day. We've been doing it late night because I'm at the gig right now. Shh, don't tell nobody. Don't show nobody that I work with. We be on right now. We be on in the late night. You know what I mean? Check me out on YouTube. SUN752. That's me on YouTube. Come check me out. You know what I mean? We on every day live. You know, y'all can call in. You know, check in, whatever. We cover a barrage of topics, and it's all black. But yeah. I just want to thank y'all for bringing me on the show. I'm Omar McIntyre on social media. OMARR McIntyre. You know, you just check it. Do the Sun 752 thing. You'll catch up to me. But peace out, y'all. I appreciate it.
All right, now I appreciate you, bro.
Well, Billy Ray Valentine on Facebook, Billy Ray Valentine _ on Instagram, and Billy Ray 215 on Twitter /X. Appreciate everybody coming on.
Definitely, Cass.
I am the Self-Care Snob on Instagram, and that's it. Oh, TikTok. I have a TikTok. So sorry. My apologies. I also have TikTok, the Self-Care Snob on TikTok.
Well, open.
Open Mind, spell it with a Y on Twitter X. I am Open Mind, spell it Y on IG. And I want to promote my podcast. My brother and I grew up with the middle school and high school. We started a fantasy sports podcast last year. If we don't hiatus now because we cover football mainly, but it's called the Recap Hyper Picks on TikTok. Spell it with 2 P's. The Recap Hyper Picks on TikTok. All we do is cover fantasy sports, basketball, baseball, football. We got you. The spring football season coming up. I'm about to be back on the mic again, giving y'all clips and just tips on players to pick. If you play fantasy sports, check me out. That's all we do is cover sports, no drama. It's all fun and games. We hope you win some money. That's it from our suggestion.
That's what's up, man. Follow that brother, man. Brother might win you some money, man.
Hope so, definitely, bro. Man. Get this money.
Yeah. Yo, man, listen, I want to thank everybody who popped out, man. Yo, your energy was great, man. This is a dope conversation. And this is the Black Trump Volume 1, man. Yo, I see any of y'all niggas. I see any of y'all niggas out in these internet streets, bro.
Wildin'.
I see any of y'all niggas out in these internet streets, bro. With this Black Trump shit, bro, I'm on your ass. I ain't gonna front, man.
You got a goodie.
Yo, listen, bro. This is the Melvinaire Podcast, man. Yo, we are the culture, bro. Make sure y'all tuned in. Hit the notification bell, subscribe, share the show, man. We on all streaming platforms, bro. Every Wednesday, man, we gonna start popping out, man. Try to do this 2-3 times a week for y'all, for real, man. Yo, next week, bro. Next week's Melvinaire Mania, man. Y'all want to tap in for that one? You don't want to miss that. Yeah, Melvinaire Mania next week, baby, man. Make sure you there, man. Next week, man. Till then, I'm rolling the plug. Yo, this is Melvinaire Mania. Yo, peace, love, and salute, man. Stay safe.
Peace.
Dope show.
Word up.
Dope show.